So the Fair Housing Act was passed 3 days after Martin Luther King was assassinated. So it was very much tied to Dr. King's activism in trying to ensure that everyone in the country had the right to housing, which is certainly one of the most important things that a person has. And unfortunately, the problem isn't getting better because landlords have found new ways to prevent people that they don't want from living in their apartment complexes or in their neighborhoods. They found new ways to prevent that from happening.
What forms does this sort of discrimination take? How, like, if you could give me an example of what this looks like, because I think for a lot of people, it's just like, well, what is facing discrimination mean as far as trying to get an apartment? Like, what is that? What can that look like?
What we typically see in the state of Utah is when someone's viewing an apartment, looking to purchase a home, that there's the landlord might tell them one thing where they would tell another person of another identity something completely different. And so in the most recent data, there was over 28,000 complaints of housing discrimination in the United States. And unfortunately, it's a lot higher than that. It's in the millions of people that think that they were discriminated against in any way. And the numbers keep going up every year. Is unfortunately there's an uptick in housing related hate activity. And there's also been an increase, unfortunately, in hate crimes involving people who have been harassed in their neighborhoods or at home. And then with mortgage denials and approvals, there's unfortunately been people based on their racial and ethnic identities been charged higher interest rates, higher deposits, higher rents. And that's something that is banned in the Fair Housing Act. And so hopefully we can continue to get the word out that isn't something that needs to happen.
Is this available to anyone? What are the criteria that we would need to use to be able to qualify for getting help from the city or any of these other partners to access the Fair Housing Act if we feel like we've been discriminated against? And what resources are there for us to do that?
We'd encourage anyone to contact the advocates in the state if they feel they've been discriminated against. They don't need proof. They just need if they feel they've been discriminated against in any way. So there's the Disability Law Center, and so their number they're in Salt Lake City and they provide protection for the entire state. And their number is 800-662-9080. And then additionally, there's the Anti-Discrimination and Labor Division through the state of Utah. And their phone number is 801-530-6800.
If, for instance, I witnessed something that I would view as discriminatory, even though it didn't affect me, what can I do about that?
I would encourage anyone that hears something or sees something that they certainly have the opportunity to report that to the Disability Law Center or to the State Labor Commission. And they will take that investigation up as well on their end.
For anybody who wants to find out more information about the Fair Housing Act, how it works, how to access these resources, is there a place you can send them? Where should they go for more information about all of this?
Yeah, we have resources compiled on the hand website through the city. And then also, again, the Disability Law Center, they have advocates and attorneys that will walk people through the process if they have any questions about the different components of the law and how it impacts them.